Welcome back to another edition of the Commissioner's Corner with your host, Matt Sheff, Ant-Man 89, and SC Kicker.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Commissioner's Corner. We are up on Wonderland Championship Series 2025 right here. Joining us, Ant-Man 89, of course, and our good friend SC Kicker, veteran driver who hasn't been on the track very often here lately.
Man, I had some rust to knock off, let me tell you.
And boy, did you knock it off. Holy crap. We're going to look at these times here coming up because, SC put his mark up on the board. That's for sure. So it was, but it was good to see.
Man, I got out on that track and I thought somebody knifed my tires. I didn't know what was going on. It was bad.
It's perfect timing for a new tire shop that just dropped.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. No kidding. All right. So welcome everybody. Hi Tiny. Hi, let's see who we got out there. Tiny C, JR Wheels in the house. There's Lilyfield, Pigeons coming on. What is up, everybody? And of course, we're here to talk about Wonderland 2025 Championship Series. If you have any questions about anything, now is the time to ask. Throw something up in chat if you are questioning anything, have any issues, whatever, please throw them up in chat. We can talk about it while we're running through kind of everything that's going on. SC putting up a nasty time. Pretty cool, though.
Definitely not bad for coming back into the game, man. We got some new racers, though. A couple new names I've seen.
We did. We got a few new racers, but let's we might as well go ahead and jump into it because we are on the Rodeo Run. This is the C3 Rodeo Run in Beverly Hills. We kind of talked about this a little bit on Thursday night. This is 15 turns roughly. There's actually probably more than that if you go through and really count them. But I counted some multiple turns as one big turn, for sake of conversation for the most part, just because it's easier. But yeah, the super fast track, and this is very long. It's right at that 2.5 mile mark. So it is very long, but I don't expect races to last any longer than about 2.5 minutes on this bad boy because it is fast track. And some of the, I did notice, most of the drivers were running right around that 238 MPS score. A lot of the similar setups running through there as well. So really interesting to see. And I'll be interested to see if anybody's got any tricks up their sleeve as far as their car setup is concerned on this track. What do you think, SC? What was your setup for that ridiculous time that you put up there?
I don't remember. I was driving so much. I think I was half sleep driving, to be honest. Man, I got to tell you, I tried every concoction of cars, boosts and all that good stuff. And I raced, I probably raced fours, I raced a little bit of everything just to see, what it would do. And I think my favorite, I was hitting some good times with the S1E with I forgot what boost it was. It's a yellow one. I know that.
Yeah.
And then it was a plus 40 that it adds to the MPS.
Yep.
It's a circle. I was running that, and I think the sticky wheels or I don't know if that sticky gum or something.
Yeah, so you were running with the aerodynamic wax if it was a circle. So that's the aerodynamic wax, max MPS of 40. So that one's going to increase your top speed.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I was waxing on and waxing off, and it,
right
around the track, and a little bit of the sticky gum. And I think I actually got a better run on that car with the S1E with just the wax and no sticky stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and just to be fully transparent, because this was something that was kind of brought up. This track has no glitches. And what we consider it, I want to just talk this through a little bit. What is considered a glitch? So a glitch is going to be, and SC, you can correct me if I'm wrong. A glitch is going to be somewhere on the track where you can warp to a different spot in the track, where you end up with victory laps. So is what's extra laps that are in there. When you get shot backwards on the track, and sometimes that happens some tracks if you try to brake going past the start finish line. Those are what we call glitches. Things like slamming into a corner when you hit a boost into a corner on purpose, and you slam the corner. That is not a glitch. That is a game mechanic. You can do it on a ton of different tracks. Some tracks react better to it than others, but it is not a glitch. Now, this one also has what we call pass through, and also something else that can happen on many different tracks. It doesn't really matter. It's more of a car mechanic problem than it is a track problem. And that is if you are braking into a corner and somebody else boosts behind you, they can shadow through your car and end up in front of you. And that again, not necessarily a glitch. It is, I wouldn't call it a glitch. I would call it, because you can do it on literally just about any track. As long as there is a braking situation, and it doesn't matter whether it's an auto brake or a manual brake. But if you're in a braking situation in a corner, you can do a shadow pass or a pass through. So it's, those things to me are not glitches. And I beg everybody, if you want to get into this style competition of racing, you have to hang out with the drivers who are on these tracks all the time. This is not casual racing. This is full on, people who have been on these tracks for years, not just a couple of months and hoping to be able to win and put up good times and that kind of stuff. So, this is intended to be championship racing. It's intended to be the top tier, the elite of the elite. That's what it's for. So if you have questions and you want to get into the style racing, number one, be prepared to spend some money, because these drivers that are doing this are into this for some of them thousands of USD to this type of racing, which is why we are doing what we do. So I just want to put that kind of stuff out there. There's plenty of groups that race constantly. The NTM guys race all the time. The tug guys race all the time. Fast Track races all the time. There's groups out there. If you want to know how to do these things and you want to know where the advantages are and you want to know how to do the, certain timing, hang around with the people that are doing it. Because I don't know any of them that won't tell you how to do it, won't show you how to do it, because we want competition. We want people to know these things. And because the better the competition is, the more entertaining the races are and the more fun we all have. So, so I just
better we get too.
And the better you get,
that
right?
Way. I mean,
yeah.
I raced this track countless times and I didn't see any glitches. I had no issues with it.
There is none. There's no glitches on this track, which is why we try to select tracks that have no glitches. Doesn't mean we're always going to find them. Yeah. We had a couple of instances last season where we found a glitch. We had to switch a track out. It's just, it is what it is. We're not going to, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. So, it takes everybody to go out and test the tracks. We have open testing all the time. Anybody can join, anybody can help test tracks out. I run with a lot of the tug guys. I run with a lot of the NTM guys. And I run public races all the time when we're doing testing, especially between seasons. I'm out on the track testing tracks all the time. And anybody's welcome to join. Anybody's welcome to put in input. we want to make sure that we're being able to put on an entertainment. This is entertainment. We're doing this to entertain, and we have to be able to have tracks that are entertaining. You can't have. We don't want to be running into glitches and stuff where we're doing live races. It's not a good thing. So yeah. So with all that said, now that we got that out of the way, anything to add, gentlemen?
No, I mean, it's at the end of the day, you could run whatever great time you want, but once you get on that track and you got other cars, it's a whole different ball.
It's a completely different ball game. Yes, 100%.
And like you said, these guys that are pushing the top of the leaderboard, they've been practicing since racing came out. Mm-hmm. These guys put hundreds and hundreds of laps around these tracks, and I mean, they're driving the best cars. I mean, hands down, these racers they have the best cars in the game. So,
can you go over why some of these tracks were chosen? I think I just did that. Are we good? CP?
Yeah. So as far as the glitches, we just try to find the best tracks that don't have any glitches, because we already deal with enough stuff with racers not being able to get into the race and different things like that. So
you always got the issues of the internet and.
Oh yeah, internet is definitely a problem, and and racing on mobile. I say it all the time. If you're racing on mobile, this is not the racing you want to do. It just isn't. That's like racing an F1 race with a Volkswagen. Yeah. It's just asking for trouble. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. It is what it is. But anyway, here's where we are. This was the qualifying runs. This is the top 24. And as you can see, we got City Pigeon sitting at the top of the board. But looky. SC Kicker just 1/100th of a second behind SC, or behind City Pigeon on that leaderboard. 1/100th of a second.
And it was actually a 5,000th of a second.
Well, yeah, if you go out to the next place, you're right.
Yeah, I saw that number and I was like, man, it was close. I'm still a little. I had a hard time sleeping last night.
But we've got literally the cream of the crop is up here on this leaderboard. CP, of course, number 1, SC Kicker number 2, and previous URL champion Picasso up there in the number 3 spot, and a couple of new drivers, one of them being Quade 18. Honestly, I was like, who is that? And where did they come from? And how the heck did they put up a number 4 position when I've never heard of them? But it was so awesome to see. So congratulations, Quade 18. I would very much like to have your Discord name. So if anybody knows this person, please have them hit me up on Discord, because I definitely need to meet them, and we need to be able to get them into the drivers' channels come Friday. But
then another son of Matsuda. So you got another son?
Yeah, might have. Of course, we got JR Wheels up there. Names everybody knows. Buellman is in there. JH2271 in the number 7 spot. The other half of the Hyde Park Ninjas, KO Ninja, coming in there in number 8, Foreskin 9th, Cuddybo in 10th, Crowley 27 and 11th, Cruzerito 12th, Alejo jumping up in there again, made a few finals last season in the 13th spot. Funky Beats, of course, in there. AKA Nine Fingers again in there. Ja Rashad also in there. Another newcomer into the racing scene. Not necessarily a newcomer into the racing scene, because he's been around for a long time. Does a lot of sponsorship with racing, has been for several years now. But D684D making his first finals in there in the 17th position, and then Batistu in the 18th spot for the semifinal round out. And then hats off to the bottom six there, still making some upics for putting up some decent times. Akapropi, Wander 1976, another newcomer, Tiny C 420. June is in there, and Lilyfield jumping up in there in the field, going to get some payment with some nice times in there. And then again, Trendy Prop for his second season, making it into the money for the first week. So that's our top 24. All of those drivers will get paid, but the top 18 will, of course, go to the semifinals. And let's go ahead and jump over to my other screen here, and we will set up this leaderboard here and get our finals races determined.
So Quaid is JR Wheels' son.
Oh, come on. All right. Well, now that absolutely makes sense.
Awesome.
That makes sense.
JR,
Awesome.
You got to jump ahead of him there.
Right?
He was student is becoming a teacher fast there. That's good stuff. That's awesome.
Holding it down. All right. So here we go. This is going to set up our heats. And we got that already in there. And I'll flip it back over to my other screen here because I do have it. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, I lost my screen. So here we go. Heat number 1, City Pigeon as our starter. Buellman, JH2271, Cruzarito, Alejo, and Batistu all in heat number 1. Going to be an interesting heat there. Here we go. SC Kicker is going to start us off in heat number 2 with JR Wheels, KO Ninja, both halves of the Ninja team in the same heat. Crowley 27, Funky Beats, and D6 all going to be jumping into heat number 2. And heat 3, Picasso, our previous URL champion, in heat number 3, starting us off with Quaid 18, Foreskin, Cuddybo, AK, Nine Fingers, and Ja Rashad. Yeah, heat number 2 is going to be, I think, probably the toughest heat. I would agree with that, CP. That's going to be a tough one. I mean, yeah, that's going to be interesting, actually. SC Kicker, JR Wheels, KO Ninja, Crowley, Funky, and D6, the newcomer in there. D6 might have some problems with that one, but hopefully he'll be able to make it through the crowd because that's a pretty stout drivers there. This one too,
I gotta point out too, man, that tracksuit that you got on there, Chef, awesome.
You like that?
Yeah, I love that thing, man.
I got a couple of them. I got that. I got another one coming up here in a little bit too. But yeah, there's heat number 3 once again, and so there's my other tracksuit.
Nice.
That's my Wonderland suit. But yeah, so next week we are on This Is the Way. This is a Las Vegas racetrack owned by Akapropi. Very, very cool track, very technical track. But qualifying is going to start on this one December 11th on Thursday. Now, this is going to be, so we have a short week. So we have this week's finals happening this Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then quick turnaround, we're going to go right into qualifying for next week, which is done on Monday, the 15th. And then on Wednesday, the 17th, will be the finals for next week, as I will be traveling for the holidays on the 18th. So we had to bump that up. That'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then after that, we will jump into some of the daytime shows as well. So that's where we are the next couple of weeks. And I did want to highlight this one more time. This is our total prize purse that we got for this season. 7,286,250 UPICs is the total prize pool. A little more than 1 million UPICs per race is being handed out to all these drivers. And our final at 2.08 million for winning, for getting into the final. So just make sure it's very clear that everybody understands how you get into the finals and then how the finals are calculated out because really, so your first 5 races are to get you into the top 12. The top 12 all make it to the final. Your finishing spot for the season, if you're in the top 12, are how you finish in that finals race. So you could be in 12th position going into the finals and finish the finals in first and win a championship. That's how it works. So it's a different dynamic because your finals points don't count towards your season points. It just so your final position in the top 12 on that finals race is your final position for the season. So if you make it into the top 12, you have an opportunity to win a championship here in the Upland Racing Series. So very, very cool. It's going to be very exciting. I cannot wait for Friday's races. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This is going to be interesting. I don't think me and KO have raced in the same heat against each other yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, because, I mean, you really didn't race last season, right?
No.
So it's been a couple of seasons since you guys have even been on the track together.
It has really.
Yeah. So that's interesting note there to see the Hyde Park Ninjas battle it out.
I was gonna say, does ninja magic work on other ninjas? Is that a thing?
I'm gonna be working some real magic. So I'm gonna be teaching class while the race is going on too.
Oh,
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't even know how that. I got to figure out how that's gonna work.
Yeah. That's gonna be tough, man. Hopefully, you got good internet though.
Yeah, it is. It is good where I'm at, but
yeah, that's going to be
from a phone. It'd be a disaster.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right. So, any questions from anybody? Any of our viewers have any questions? Anything for SC or Ant-Man or myself, or comments, concerns?
Yeah, it's been a really exciting season starting off so far, man. Wonderland is hands down my favorite season. I'm not sure why, but the theme is always right on point for me. Every Wonderland season.
Yeah, I thought the theme was pretty cool this season. I liked it. Yeah, it was cool.
So when is dump truck racing coming?
Dude, I tried it. We had a couple of dump trucks and a couple of cement trucks out on the track on Saturday night for
nice
for On the Track Live. That was pretty fun. But yeah, that was the first I was on that right from the get-go. I'm like, I need to see dump trucks, I need to see cement mixers. No one had a crane though. I got to get the crane out on the track, and we need the whole gamut, a bus, a dump truck, a cement truck, mixer, a crane, and a fire truck.
Yeah.
I'll have to break my crane out. I got one.
You got a crane? Oh,
I took my truck right on the course as soon as I got it. As soon as that thing was in my wallet. The track.
Well, I had a fire truck, but I ended up flipping it because I really didn't see the need for it. And so I flipped it while the market was right. And it's all right. It's all good. I still got a bus. I got a bus. I got an ambulance. We're good.
I really liked the fire truck. I thought it was really cool, but I didn't necessarily have a use for it either. So.
Yeah, I think I would prefer to have either a crane or a dump truck or something, just because I know it's going to have some utility soon, ish. Trademark of Upland. No.
We're waiting on it.
Right. All right, gentlemen. Well, that's pretty much all I have for this evening. Everybody make sure you tune in, watch the finals this coming Friday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, 3:30 Pacific. And until then, Ant-Man. SC. I'm Mass Chef. Until next week, we will see you on the track.
Later, guys.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see you Thursday.